What's good? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I got a quick story time for you guys. My name is Renee, also known as Queen Suma if you're not familiar with me. And I share insights that I derive after spending time with God. Today's topic is going to be, again, a story time about my first time seeing myself with an Afro. I was living in Houston, and a friend of mine and I decided to go to a local beauty supply store, and they had some Afros on the stands and stuff. They had different colors. I picked the pink one. I tried that bad boy on, took some pictures. I put it on. I think it was MySpace. I think that was back in the MySpace days. But I had a lot of fun with that Afro. I started thinking about all the people who influenced me that had natural hair. Of course, there was a slew of people who were, beautiful, fair skin, curly, or like straight hair, whatever. But there were definitely some natural, beautiful, ethnic people with different skin tones that showed me the beauty of natural hair. One of the first people that I noticed was the love interest in Mo Better Blues. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Denzel Washington, but he had a little thing for this pretty dark skinned girl with natural hair, and I was just like, she woke up like that. Oh, I honestly just woke up too, but she was, she came to the door because he showed her man like unexpected and was just so naturally beautiful, and that's always been like my thing, like effortless beauty, right? Quick beauty, right? I'm not really into the vanity of it, and I understand why God isn't either, because a lot of times when we get into the vanity of wigs and things like that, we neglect our natural hair. This morning I came across a beautiful performer named Lola Falana. Let me know if you know who Lola Falana is. My algorithm suggested a performance that I had never seen of hers before, and I was admiring her hair. I was admiring how they had it speckled with glitter, so even in the dark you could kind of see her shining, and I loved how they had the feathers that kind of mimicked the appearance of flower petals whenever they started moving around, those feather, I don't know what you call them, feather fans. First she had them looking like dresses, but anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with the first time me seeing myself with an Afro. Again, it was in this beauty supply store in Houston. A friend of mine and I had went up in there, we had tried that bad boy on, and I was astonished. I was like, I actually look good with Afro hair. And I'm someone who had my hair relaxed as a child. My mom was away in Korea. She was in the military. And one of my relatives took it upon themselves to put a relaxer in my hair. I had to be between the ages of 2 and 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? PSA alert, stop relaxing people, kids' hair without their permission. Stop cutting people's hair without their permission. Because mamas be upset about that. Mamas and daddies be a little bit upset about that. I don't know why. Maybe it's a life lesson to let you know, like, okay, it's gonna grow back. Like, maybe it's really not that serious, but we take it very seriously. Like, we take it really, really seriously. So, growing up, I only saw myself with relaxers. And then when I got old enough to really like weave and things like makeup and hair and nails and stuff like that, my mom was like, you gotta get a job, baby. And I did. I got a job. And honestly, looking back, it's amazing to see how God would bless me through family and friends, when I couldn't get something on my own. Excuse me. So, I understand why people will have some apprehension when it comes to trying on wigs, but y'all gotta understand that this is something that was out in 3400 BCE. You understand? Wigs were created by the Egyptians. If you do research, you may get a specific name for the person, but when I did quick research, they didn't specify a person. They just said the Egyptians. And so apparently there was a period of time where they lost popularity, but then they gained more popularity when people in Europe started using it, for practical purposes, like to cover up bald spots or to achieve a hairstyle that they wanted to accomplish. And when it comes to the creativity that is required to create new hairstyles and to create wigs, you just got to think about people like the drag queens. You got to think about people like the superstars, like the performers who really really go in and know about the efficiency of hair and different like materials, because in the beginning we were using like wool and human hair. Sometimes we still use human hair and other fibers like natural fibers. Upon doing research, it was very interesting to see the type of chemicals that are used in the hair products, but it is written that children of God will come in contact with different poisons and various toxins, and it won't affect us in the way that it's intended to. So just do everything with wisdom. Let the Lord guide you, even in the areas pertaining to your hair, your appearance, your skin, and stuff like that. God is interested in everything concerning you. So the Lord wanted me to go ahead and touch bases on the essence of like a relaxer, because like I told you, I had always saw myself with the relaxer as far as I can remember. So the first time seeing myself with the fro, I was like, whoa, I was kind of shocked. Like, it actually fits me. This is my hair blown out, and I can show you guys what it look like curly, so y'all can see my curl pattern. I blow it out like before I'm finna braid it down and stuff like that, and some people don't do that because their hair can't handle it. But it's important that we know that it's not that your hair doesn't grow. A lot of times it's just that we're not retaining the length, we're not keeping it moisturized, we're not doing effective protective styles. And those of you who deal with postpartum, I feel like even men may go through a kind of postpartum, because it's written that wigs were initially made for men who were dealing with balding. Initially it was the guys who was getting it in with these wigs, and then we started doing more, as far as ladies and stuff like that, and children dealing with hair issues and things like that. But ultimately it's something that we are to have fun with. It's something that God gave us as a solution for a problem that we had. And again, going back to people who have postpartum issues, just Lord have mercy. Again, make sure you're keeping your hair moisturized and do not put any tension on your hair. If you feel that it's tugging and it's pulling, then that's something that you shouldn't be doing. I definitely had an incident with some box braids that I'm still recovering from, but thank God it is growing back, because I had a whole bald spot, like a whole bald spot. I was just like, God, at least let the hair around it grow and cover it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm someone who isn't opposed to being bald. Like, honestly, I've cut my hair several times, but now I'm at a place in my life where I just want to have so much hair that when someone sees me wearing a wig, they're like, girl, why are you doing that? Like, it's like when you have perfectly clear skin and you wear makeup and people like, why are you wearing makeup? Like, I just want so much hair, right? I want so much hair that I don't want to deal with it. You feel me? Like, it need to be like, oh, all this hair. Like, that's how much hair. Because I feel like it's a stigma in my culture that says that our hair doesn't grow but so long, that our hair doesn't grow but so much, or if it does grow, then it's your genetics and stuff like that. And I just want to see for myself, and I really enjoy how every time I braid my hair up and take it out and wash it and blow dry, it act like you can see the length. Now, something that stunted my hair growth process was things like color and things like that, putting in texturizers and stuff like that, when really all I needed to do was use moisture consistently. Like, whenever it came to detangling my hair, I have to spray my hair with water. I have to use a dimming brush and not be trying to detangle my hair with no small tooth combs. You feel me? Like, I named my hair Jeffrey. Years ago, I named my hair Jeffrey, and I've learned through the Holy Spirit just how to take care of my hair. And YouTube has a lot of informative videos, people sharing their experience, sharing their hair growth journeys, you know, big chops and all of them situations. So if you are someone who, you know, is on a natural hair journey and you feel like you don't know what to do, you don't know what products to use, I'm telling you, the simplest, most effective thing you can do is keep your hair clean and moisturize your hair. Yesterday, I went to one of my favorite gas stations, and the owner, he always joke with me. So, like, if I get something like $20 of gas, he'd be like, okay, it's $60. Like, he be playing with me. And today, I asked him, like, not today, but yesterday, I asked him how you getting your hair to grow back so that, because he had gray hair, he dyed his hair, and then he cut all his hair off bald, and like a week later, he got like this much hair. And granted, he is a brown fella of a different ethnicity, but I was just like, what is your hair regimen? And he said, just wash it in coconut oil. And I was like, bro, I've shied away from using coconut oil on my hair. It's not for everybody, but I'm like, I might want to start incorporating it again, because it's been almost a year or so since I incorporated some coconut oil. I typically use like, regular hair growth oil, Blue Magic, or which is a grease. If you don't like Blue Magic grease, there are other greases with different name titles, but this is something that I know is effective on my hair. And it's kind of like going back to my roots, because even when I was relaxed, this helped me retain my length. This helped my thin, scraggly little strands of relaxed hair stay strong and continue to grow to the length that I was, willing to deal with at the time. But the Lord started also educating me about forever chemicals and things like that are components of relaxer, and how it builds up under our scalp. And some of these things, without His grace, stay there. And I don't know, it's almost like God was letting me know that I can do what I desire to do, but I need to be fully aware of the effects and the ramifications of certain things. You know what I'm saying? And just do your research, ask questions. You feel me? Test everything by the Holy Spirit, even as it pertains to growing out your natural hair, because God may have a solution if your natural hair is an issue for you. You may be someone who would thrive with relaxers and different things like that. Now I'm thinking about my other brothers and sisters who don't get relaxers. Y'all get perms to make y'all hair go from being straight to being curly. You feel me? And you have color and all kind of things going on, but your ultimate goal is to grow long, healthy hair. That is your desire. But like I said in a previous video, hair growth, well, I didn't say hair growth specifically, but this is something that's going to take patience. Your hair is something that's going to take patience, and you should not be wrapped up in vanity. If your hair doesn't look the way you think it should look, like, rock the hair God gave you. I'm losing storage, so I'm going to leave the video just saying that you can buy all the things in the world, but if you don't feel pretty on the inside, it don't matter what you put on. You got to feel pretty no matter how you look on the outside. Like, it's the inside thing, for real. Because you can buy, like I said, all type of wigs, makeup, whatever, and still feel disgusting and whatever on the inside. And I don't want that for you. I don't feel like God does either. All right? So, until next time, be blessed and at peace. And honestly, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Like, as far as their personal opinions about whatever. Anyway, bye.